Hey everybody, welcome to another AI Fuzz video. This is Ed, and I'm back with a video to show you guys. We were working on well, let me explain this. We were, there's a lot of upscalers, enhancers that upscale your image and add detail. Magnific is probably one of the top ones out there. It's very expensive, but it does a great job. Crea.ai is also another great one. We also use Upscaler. There's also Topaz, Photo AI. There's a bunch of them. Most of them do cost, and most of them do a great job. So we pay for Magnific AI Fuzz team, and I wanted to see if there is a way I can come up with my own, so that we can get something close to Magnific, and possibly be able to do it in the workflow. So Gretchen, Abigail, and I got together and we tried out some different workflows. We tried to piece together some, and we came up with one that we think we like. And this is going to be an upscale enhancer workflow, where it's going to not only upscale your image, but it's going to add details to your image. It's going to bring more life into it. And, for some people, that's not what they're looking for, but for some others, if you want to breed a new life into your image, or you want to come up with something a little bit different, then try this workflow out. It does not change proportions of facial features, or it doesn't add like people in the background or anything like that. It just adds detail to the image. So here we have it. Again, this workflow will also be saved for the Google Drive, so you guys can download it for free, and you can mess with it, tweak it, add stuff you want. And I'm going to go over it quickly before we get into examples. So we have a load checkpoint. Right now, I use SD15 because I love the Epic Realism Natural Sin checkpoint. That is our favorite checkpoint here at iFuzz. You can certainly use it with SDXL, but SD15 is what we use it for. We have a load image, and we have a positive and negative prompt. We also have a couple LoRa not stackers, but a couple LoRa loaders. We have more details LoRa and intricate details. You can find both of those at Civet AI, or you can try and use your own detail LoRa if you wanted to do that. We did separate these values into floating nodes. The denoise is set at 0.40. Control net strength is at 1. Depth are 50. Tile size is 1024. You can always change that later. We have an apply control net here. That's basic default settings. Control net model we're loading is the control net SD15 tile safe tensors file. We also have FreeU version 2 in here, and these are the settings for that. B1, B2, S1, and S2. If you want to copy those, well, it's going to be in the workflow. You don't have to copy anything. We also have an upscale model. So we're using Valor, which is our favorite upscale model to use. By all means, you guys can use any upscaler you want. And then we're going to use Lanczos as the upscale method and scaling it by 100. Then we also have an automatic ZFG node in here, set both to true, hard mode, and boost. We also have a PAG notice, the advanced notice. PAG node advanced in here. Scales at 1. The adaptive scale is 0.100. I'm using the middle unit block. Then we have a sample custom right here, with the noise being added and the seed noise being fixed. CFG is at 10. All right, then we also added, Gretchen added a align your step scheduler here. We will change this to SD1. I think we did, change this to SD1 if you're doing SD1 images. We have a tile diffusion here, multi-diffusion, or you can do a mixture. We chose multi-diffusion. Sampler name is here, 3MSDE, decode, and then Abigail added these layer color nodes for RGB. You wanted to have a little bit warmer, bring up your reds. A little bit cooler, bring up your blues. She also added a brightness and contrast layer color node. set our brightness to 0.95, contrast to 1.1, and saturation to 1.1. All right, so we're gonna see this. This is the image. I also lastly had a RG through compare node at the end. This is the original, and here's the upscaled image. Now, as you can see, and I can right off the bat, she does have, again, this is not a real project. This is generated through our model workflow. And it's nice. I like the tone. It's very faded, but if you add our upscaler enhancer, it enhances the color, the saturation, gives her a little bit more freckles, clears up the eyes a little bit. All right, and makes the hair nice and sharp, and turned out really well. It's a good finisher. As you know, I'm gonna load up another image just to show you. As you know, we were using the Superior upscaler for a long time, and I think with a Superior, it was great. And I always wanted an upscaler enhancer just to workflows that I can just copy and tag on to all of the end of all of my workflows. And we did for a while until we started to wanting more. Magnific, we use it quite often, and it's, it gives mind-blowing results, and we wanted to get something a little bit closer to that, something more drastic of changes. And again, this is not everyone's taste. You guys may not like this far, but some of us like the changes like this, and you can always tone down your results by messing with the settings. You can tone down the lower strengths. You can tone down the tone up the denoise, as well as the Abigail modes here. So we're gonna try with this image. This is another image generated. Any image we show in AI Fuzz was generated by a workflow, unless we state it. All the images of Blanca are real photos of her, but anything else we use, just assume it's generated by our workflow. And this is one that we came up with for an old workflow, and then we're running this through our image and enhancer workflow. And the positive for us is details, highly detailed. Negative is freckles, because we've noticed that if you leave positive and negative blank, it'll pour on the freckles like oregano. So be careful. If you don't like freckles too much, just put it in the negative. If you do, then just leave it, and I may do one with it. So let's see what this gives us, and we'll see how it handles this. And it's a very compact workflow. You guys can handle this, right? It's not that bad, because we're not a big fan of overly complex workflows, like really, really complex ones that you kind of miss. Like, well, what's the point of this? Where'd I get lost? So this is a medium size. What this does for this image. All right, so here's the before and after. We're gonna get in close here, see what it does for our girl here. The before, and here's the after. It really punches out the saturation, which is maybe a little bit too high. Abigail likes it that high, but it gives a lot of detail to the face. I'll get in here a little more. Even to these earrings. Look at the earrings right here. Really brings them out. And even the background, you just see the reflection. And it does a little bit of freckles, that I think those are the blemishes on the model, on the picture. Brings out the horns. The horns are made out of hair. I just realized that. I did not know that when I had this generated. The horns are made out of hair. That is so weird. And here's the side by side. So we're going to do a couple more examples. Again, try this out. It works more than just on people. So let's bring up a picture of like an animal. All right, so let's look at this one. This one has nice lighting to it. So this image was in our consistent character video, I think. But anyway, this is this might be a tough image for this to handle because of the lighting. It has the backlighting here that's pretty bright, and it has the lighting on her face. And I'm gonna see how it handles this. And there's a lot of dust or bokeh balls everywhere that kind of, or bokeh everywhere that may throw it off. So let's see how it handles this, and then I'll show you more example. All right, so it's done, and here's the before, and here's the after. Whew, it really brought that out. It added freckles. Even though I told it no, I think I took the freckles out of the magnet, but just the detail that it brings out, like here in this, look in this in there, and the word clears up the stuff on the wall. What? That is so bizarre. And it gives her, it clears up a lot of this, gives her detail in her eyes, that vein in her eye. I think it's a really nice workflow. It's if you wanted to finish up your images. Again, you don't have to use it, but it might be something maybe looking into. If you want to support us, you can just subscribe to the channel, like us, join the Patreon, and hopefully we'll be having more videos coming to you soon. This is Ed. I'm going through a little bit tough time. I just got a job, an actual job, and I'm going through a divorce at the moment, and it's not the best time, so I'm hoping the girls will step up. But they're also going through their own stuff, so I don't want to get into all that. I don't want to waste your time, but this workflow is for you guys. So download it, use it as you want, post what you want to do, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to leave you with a few other examples. I'm here. All right, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.